Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of Billy Reacts to Death Battle. Frieza from Dragon Ball versus Megatron from Transformers. I'm pretty excited for this episode. I'm a big villain fan, of course Frieza being one of my favourite villains from Dragon Ball. I've been hyped for this episode, and I was a bit sad there was a bit of a delay, but given the YouTube's algorithm I can kind of understand it. In fact, by the time this reaction comes out, it will be probably Thursday when I upload this, because with how YouTube's been kind of treating a lot of content creators, especially older ones, I've been kind of feeling that I don't feel good about reacting to certain death battles for a while, because it's a topic I'll save for another time, but that's why I'm uploading this reaction a bit later this week, rather than just on the same day the death battle comes out, or the next day afterwards. I want to give it time to earn its views, and then I'll upload my reaction, which I might suffer from views, but I don't feel good about gaining views from another person's video, or another group of people's videos, because death battle work hard. It's a weird way to open this reaction, I know, sorry, but I'll get to it in my Lads Discuss Death Battle, but I'm excited for this episode, and I've recently just finished Robust Cast discussing the episode, or prediction, and I will say, it's a pretty close episode. I don't think it's as close as Bill Cipher versus Discord, but I'd say it's on the same level as like Ant-Man versus Atom. They both seem to have a lot of abilities that could counter each other. But of course, this is what I'm going from Mate and the Probuscus, as well as the Probuscast, so I don't know really. I'm still holding to my gut of Frieza, because I actually did go ahead and look at the manga, which he gained Black Frieza, which I still like the design of it. If I understand people are kind of not a fan of like Dragon Ball characters gaining these new forms and not having a big meaning behind it like it used to. I still think they're cool, and I'm looking forward to when they eventually animate these into the show. With all that said and done, let's react to Frieza versus Megatron. Let's get this hype train going.
Hell is so evil that the universe itself trembles at his approach. Behold, the mighty Lord Frieza.
Oh, he's adorable with the horns and that floppy tail and the... Genocide? Oh, awesome. Anyway,
yeah.
Cool.
Frieza's a bit crazy.
Frieza's design was meant to evoke real estate speculators. Series mangaka Akira Toriyama has described such speculators as the worst sort of people. Yes, really.
Wow, I did not know that. And yet he's probably the most popular Dragon Ball villain out there.
Only that army at his beck and call, Frieza would cross the universe, conquering worlds one by one, and selling them to the highest bidder. Just like real estate speculators.
Oh my god, how did I never piece that together?
They ever knew. Just like real estate speculators. Well,
I'm looking forward to talking about this on Lads Discuss Death Battle, just for that joke alone.
Like his classic Death Beam, Death Bow, Death Wave, Death Cannon, Death Saucers. Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here.
he is an edgy as they come.
The force field he absorbed for a spirit bomb against Kid Buu could move across the universe in less than a minute. That would be over 17 quadrillion times the speed of light.
Damn.
Stronger and faster since then.
You know you're a badass when
they've definitely done better when it came to researching Dragon Ball characters.
And he got so paranoid about one of them getting strong enough to kick his ass that he blew up the friggin'
yeah.
Considering Planet Vegeta has 10
I do think the original animation where he just goes was a lot more better than the newer animation.
Times the 5.3 Yoda tons of TNT.
And that was in his weakest form.
Yeah.
Kind of missed a spot. Or several, because a bunch of Saiyans survived to fight another day. Space genocide just ain't what it used to be.
This would come back to bite him when he was finally forced to confront the Earthbound Saiyan Kakarot, and accidentally ended up being the reason he turned into the legendary Super Saiyan.
Ironic. I do kind of like that. There's a bit of irony.
By Broly for over
the Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza.
That's a level of laziness I aspire to with DeviantArt Frieza.
Come on, it's a good name.
A significantly weaker Super Saiyan God Goku could blow up the whole of Universe 7 in a punch clash with the God
Yeah, there it is.
Beerus. and the shockwaves
People-
of their punches were able to reach the edges of
People are getting
existence
sick of this
in a few
feat.
seconds. A transformation capable of surpassing Goku's Ultra Instinct and Vegeta's Ultra Ego. Their peaks at this point.
By the way, these
But
panels
transformation
are really
stronger
sick.
than Gas, who was wished to be the strongest in the universe.
He
I thought
literally
May
said
exaggerated this, but
Dragon
no,
Ball,
that was literally
this
in the
is
panel. That was
Black
surprising.
Frieza.
Y'all
Give us another prediction. Oh, Wiz, I think you're gonna die. Oh, for some godforsaken
God
reason, he
damn.
didn't use his
R.I.P.
newfound power to kill
future
those
talented
Saiyans.
goldfish.
They were universe and beat Jiren, a being comparable to the gods of destruction.
Because no one's allowed to destroy the universe but him.
And that's
Honestly,
a promise
Jiren's an
he
underrated
needs to
villain. I
keep.
like him.
This almighty emperor will continue to rule the universe with an iron grip and a heart of ice.
Yeah, he's still one of the best villains in Dragon Ball, man. Like, I know people have their gripes with someone like Frieza, but he is what he is set out to be. He's a horrible person. Like, he's not meant to be relatable or anything like that. He's a piece of shit, and he enjoys it. It's as simple as that. I've kind of missed villains like this, so I do kind of like in this day and age now. We are starting to move back to the classic villains who are just pure evil because they're pieces of shit. You shouldn't have to find some good in them because they're just not morally good. And plus the fights in Dragon Ball also help him being a really cool character. Even though fighting is beneath him, which is still funny to me. Like, he's an amazing fighter, but he looks down on fighting. I just love that.
In Cybertron's ancient past, the planet was ruled by the Functionist religious order, which decreed a Transformer's natural-born alternate mode determined their role and status in society, rather than letting them choose for themselves. Born into this
Kind of a
regressive caste
shitty
system,
existence for the
Megatron of
Transformers.
Tarn dreamed of something more.
So this
Also,
giant
Jesus Christ,
macro
9 million years
robot
old.
defi-
Megatron was convinced that peace could never be an option. The only path left to overthrow
Wow.
the crippling social order was violent revolution.
So were the Autobots originally the bad guys here? Optimus Prime? More like Optimus Crime? Never say that Megatron wasn't
Jesus
committed.
Christ.
The Civil War he started between...
By scaling the distance of the Earth using the angle of this shot, the fusion cannon's projectile must be moving over 4,200 times the speed of sound.
But, like me, the fusion
Not
cannon
as
needs a little
fast,
time
I'll
to
admit.
recharge between shots.
Oh,
Megatron's got
I
some
did not
tools
know
to
that.
Keep the job going. He can close
Oh,
the
dear.
distance with his Energon mace and block blows with his Energon
Wait, that's
shield.
an actual
Now,
thing?
Meg's
An
literally got his
Energon
gladiator
mace?
before his stun.
And open up a force field known as a panic bubble.
Now it might seem
Panic
like a huge
bubble.
flaw that it lets enemy combatants inside, but that's only until you realize it won't let them back out again. That's when the
Oh.
panic part comes in. Megatron's not trapped in there with you. You're trapped in there with him.
Megatron's
That's
Cybertron
pretty
rocket is
hardcore.
smart to match
I
the
love
Autobot
that.
leader, Optimus
That could be a
Prime,
problem
who
for
can toss
Frieza.
around oil to survive an explosion so massive it launched the entire planet of Cybertron through space.
By taking a look at Cybertron's mass and how
I do love it just
5%
drifts.
flies
I don't know
together
why.
for
That just
kinetic energy,
amuses me. Just like,
Megatron must have
boom.
survived a blast equal to nearly 4.5 nenatons of TNT, enough to annihilate a small
Was that
star.
more or
He can even
less
keep up with
than what
Decepticons
Frieza
like
did? I'm
Starscream,
curious.
fly across
Being able to transform into various vehicles. A tank, a stealth bomber jet,
And a gun! Just a gun. Oh, they're B-38 in fact. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Wiz. I
when
know he's
Proboscis
this
brought
tragic
this up, I
revolutionary
still
corrupted
find
by
it
the cycle of
hilarious.
violence.
he can fire himself too.
Oh my
Oh, okay,
God.
so he can. Okay.
That looks even sillier.
You may be laughing.
Yeah,
but
it's-
Megatron is no joke.
Look,
By
man, it's
utilizing
silly. He turns into a
space-rich
handgun.
technology, Megatron can establish a remote link-up to a nearby black hole and teleport the antimatter it produces to his location.
Through his eyeballs.
Should map
Wave, both of whom could utilize the energy of that same universe.
Megatron once sealed himself inside an
Interesting.
Omniglobe and commanded 1,000 real-life battles.
Oh,
at
so like
once.
Optimus Prime.
Every iota of relevant information into his brain at the same
Ooh,
time. The sheer
I
damage of
might
data
have
would
made
be
a poor
incomprehensible
decision.
for anyone without. After countless millennia of a humiliating stalemate with his Boy Scout rival, Megatron's brilliant mind finally turned inward. He remembered that his early writings advocated for peaceful conversion and free thought instead of domination.
It took you 9 million years to remember why you started fighting in the first place. Would that memory get lost in the cloud?
In what was possibly
I mean,
his most
good
surprising
point.
tactical move yet, Megatron save the universe from annihilation as an Autobot.
What?
He realized that after millions of
Wow,
years of indefinite
I
work,
asked about
the
this,
ideals
and
that he fought for, freedom, justice, equality, had switched sides, and Megatron had to as well.
Turns out there was more to this supervillain than met the
Damn.
eye. Because true to his
also
nature,
funny.
Megatron transformed.
Okay, they didn't bring up his transformations. That was kind of interesting. I guess where they were only timed transformations? That's interesting. But honestly, I was surprised they brought up the fact he became an Autobot, because I only brought it up, so I was just curious. Did he actually become an Autobot in another story? But it turns out that's part of the main, or the original story of Megatron, so he did become an Autobot. It's kind of interesting. I know I made that whole talk about bad guys being bad guys, but Megatron seems as though from the start of his story, he always wanted a peaceful world, but he never got it because, well, he lost what he was fighting for. It's actually kind of a deep story for a series I didn't expect to carry such a heavy story about war and politics. It's credit to you, Transformers. You actually made me really interested in your series. I mean, especially Megatron. He actually seems like a really well-written villain. I mean, yeah, I did talk about how I do like villains just being evil, but that doesn't mean I don't like villains who are also interestingly complicated. Alright then, Frieza versus Megatron. Let's do this. I like how this is opening up. Very similar to Dragon Ball anime. Also very Star Wars-esque. Oh, you're going to try and invade Cybertron? Oh. Oh, they got little Karibo!
Cheer for me or face annihilation.
Yes, they got little Karibo!
Planet for eons. I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in your filthy hands, organic scum.
Megatron sounds good.
I love it when they monologue back.
Oh god. Reflected it right back. Come on, Frieza, what's your plan? Just immediate.
I'll have to construct a new mothership from your corpse.
Oh damn, that's a hardcore line. Frieza, you're just pissing him off. I'm rooting for you, man. Come on.
What's wrong? Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
My wits should more than suffice, you blithering.
Whoa, they're busting that out already? Oh, okay, he got out of it. Also, this music, man. Just cracking his neck. He's getting pissed off and I love it. Devil Artemis, man? I'm loving this. Maybe you shouldn't be spamming that, my man. Oh dear. Oh no! You destroyed Cybertron, you madman! You're just gonna piss him off!
Where did he go?
I was really expecting him to turn into the handgun. That would have been great. I do like how a lot of the shots are just recreations from Dragon Ball Z, right? That is good. Oh, bringing up the gold. Oh, that transformation is so good. Praise the sun. That is such a good transformation. Megatron, what are your plans? I'm still rooting for you, my man. Like, come on. But I'm Frieza, not Megatron. I could safely say I did not see that coming. Oh. Oh no! Megatron, you might want to turn around. Seriously, Death Battle have been busting out some banging tunes this season. Ooh.
Well, doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
Ha! Oh yeah, he's pissed. Oh god, the black hole.
Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship? So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me! What a
You despicable cretinous worm! I'll torture you until your screams can be heard in the vacuum of space!
die a fool's death.
Oh no! I think Frieza just died. Oh! Or maybe not.
You will die by my hand!
You fool!
Okay, maybe. Oh. Maybe not. Also, I like the little caller. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The Trinians must kill them all.
Okay, I should have stuck to my gut. Damn. And hey, Dragon Ball finally got a win that isn't against another Dragon Ball character.
And Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled to characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times
Yeah.
On his smaller size and key force
I mean, I did say this in the lads, like,
to avoid, defend, or survive
it's the competition of Frieza's universe.
Option Flash, since Universe 7 as a whole should be over 13 times larger than our own universe, Frieza's super forms would far exceed Megatron's.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about the transformations for Megatron, though. They didn't bring them up.
Goku has gotten leagues stronger since then, and Black
Yeah.
Frieza is currently beyond him. There was just no way Megatron was strong enough to keep
I'm
up.
curious if they'll ever address that in the Discuss in Death battle. I'm very curious.
You could say Megatron was cool, but Frieza was cooler.
The winner
Nice.
is Frieza.
I like that. Alright, and I got another win.
Thanks for watching.
But what is the
Hey, are you
next
a Death
time?
Battle member?
I'm very
We've got a lot
curious.
going on.
Right, next time. Ooh. Huh. I don't actually know these two. I know the franchises, but I've just never watched them. Huh. It's kind of interesting. Chainsaw Man's only just recently, well, I wouldn't say recently, I think it was last year since it started becoming popular. But, hey, we're finally getting Chainsaw Man characters in Death Battle, so, it's going to be interesting talking about this. I'm pretty excited for it. Okay then, so that was Frieza versus Megatron. Honestly, that was a really good episode. Death-wise, pretty weak. I get it, you know, it's meant to, I think someone like Megatron, doing a Transformer death, or even a robotic death, it's not easy to make gruesome or brutal, but it was surprising, because I generally believed Frieza died there, but seeing Megatron just get cut in half like that, just oof. And I won't lie, Frieza there with just his arm, torso, and head is pretty funny. Music was on point as well, analysis was enjoyable, it was pretty funny. And the fight was good. I did really like the fight, but I think the fight was just. I think this episode was just entertaining. Really, got nothing really major to say about it, but overall, I had a fun time. The music was good. The fight was great. I think the highlight was obviously the many shots that were just recreations of like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that were entertaining enough. I just felt, actually, I will say, maybe I just didn't feel as though Megatron used a lot of his abilities as much. Like, he just used his arm cannon, really, and a brief shot of his mace, and the shield that was just quickly used. I did want, like, the shield to be used a bit more, and a much more, oh shit, I'm stuck in here. Like, when Frieza got trapped in there, I was really thinking he's going to get battered and just start pinging everywhere around the force field, but we didn't get that, which is unfortunate, because I really wanted see a more oh shit, but the black hole thing was a good fake up. The lines were great. I do think Megatron's big speech to Frieza was so good it got under his skin that he immediately let go of his gold transformations and went immediately to black Frieza. That was good. I loved it. I think that's all I could really say about this episode. It's entertaining, but I think I'd probably put it on the same boat as Raven versus the Phoenix. It's not a terrible episode. It's just not something that made me go, yeah, fuck yeah, it's so good. It was just good. I think that's a good. I think that's a. I'd rather say that's just really good and entertaining rather than saying it's being boring. Obviously, other episodes I had more attachment to, so like Dragon Ball versus Chosen Undead, Obito versus Darth Vader, so I obviously had more connections with them. Whereas this one, I only had the connection with Frieza, so obviously if Frieza lost, maybe I would rate this low. Would I be like that? I hope not. I hope I could look past if Frieza did lose, and it was an entertaining episode, but overall, I still say it was an entertaining episode. And oh, oh god! I just had someone try and spoil the episode for me under my latest video. I'm just going to delete that before someone sees that. Oh, poor guy, trying to troll me, and he's just getting roasted in the comments of my latest video. Oh, that's unfortunate. Overall, it was a good episode. Now for the next time, which I have to look up the names, I completely forgot it already. So the next time is Gojo versus Makima. People, you can correct me if I'm saying these names wrong. I'm not really good with Japanese names, you should know this. So, as far as these franchises go, the one thing I do know about them is they're on that scale of like, they're violent animes with a very dark story. And they've recently gotten animes adaptations. They used to be really popular. I don't think they were like big popular mangas, but they were more so on the level of like, I don't know how I'll describe them. I'm trying to think of a very obscure manga series, anime that did take off. I guess the Railgun series would be a good one. Well, what it's based on, I can't remember the show. The one with Misaka. I think I'm maybe saying the name right. You know, the one with Killua versus Misaka. I'm pretty sure that's the one, or was it Mikasa? I'm mixed up with the Attack on Titan girl. So I think it's on that sort of level where people know of it, but it's not as popular as, say, Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, those sort of shows. But hey, 2 new franchises are getting into Death Battle, and who knows, maybe people are excited for this, like, because I know these animes have gotten really popular. I remember when Chainsaw Man anime started coming out on Crunchyroll, and people were immediately coming up with death battles for them. It was kind of one of those issues we had with characters being too early for death battle, where people were just like, bam, 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 I want to see this death battle, I want to see this death battle, before the characters really had time to progress. But I think these 2 mangas been out long enough that there is an established power level and lore behind them that you can make a death battle with them. So it's not like on the level of, let's say, pitting Yang from Ruby, who, at the time, who was really new, with only 2 seasons of a show, against someone like Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, of a franchise that's been long part of the series. So I think these 2 are relatively on the same length as how long they've been around for, that you can make a death battle for. But of course, I'm going to have to see who's going to be willing to look into whichever one, because I'm not too familiar with these, so... And I don't want to make that mistake again, like with Killua versus Misaka, where I watched a show I didn't enjoy. But who knows, maybe Chainsaw Man will actually be entertaining. I'm hoping I can go for Chainsaw Man, because that seems way more entertaining. Who knows, maybe the other anime is pretty good too, but with all that said and done, what did you think about Frieza versus Megatron, and what do you think about the next time? And be sure to stick around for the Lads Discuss Death Battle, for our Lads Debate, our prediction, and review of this episode. With all that said and done, thank you all so much for watching, and stick around, we'll have more content in the future. Farewell everybody.